I'm going to do. I never done any art in my life. I was fortunate to be guided toward the POEX Center at Pewaukee Pueblo. It's a vocational program for the arts for Native American people. And I ended up taking 6 semesters of stone carving. Decided to go ahead and retire because I went to a couple of shows initially, and I was selling everything that I had. I was selling out at every show, small pieces primarily. And then I started to realize that there was a culturally influencing aspect of all this, because as I was carving sculpture in marble or alabaster or limestone, I realized that what I was doing was reinforcing my own identity as a Native American person of 2 different heritages, White Mountain Apache and Santa Clara Pueblo. And although I have not been as close to the Apache side, which is my father's side, as the Pueblo, being born in Santa Fe and being raised in New Mexico, I started learning more about the Apache people, and was fortunate enough to have my work recognized this year as the best stone sculpture, and it's an Apache sunrise ceremony. On the Pueblo side, I was 35 years old when I came back and started taking part in our traditional dances as a corn dancer, or with the deer dance, the buffalo dance. I realized as I started taking part in Native American art shows that I was pretty much older than a lot of the people. We had little children with their grandmas and their uncles and their aunties. We had 3, 4, 5 generations of artists here, and the Santa Fe Indian Market was the biggest and the best, and I was fortunate to, from the very beginning, the year after I started carving stone, I had the experience of being here at the Santa Fe Indian Market. It's been a real trip for me. It's been a major rush, and it's invigorated me with new energy and new life. I've worked hard at my craft, which is carving stone, marble, and so on. And it's reunion here, meeting with the people that I've known for generations after having worked at Santa Fe Indian School. Many of my students are now artists themselves, and it's there's continuity from the children on through the older people and on to me. I find myself being an elder among the artists here, but I'm still kicking butt, you might say, in competing with everybody else, and by doing this, it keeps me young. I can't wait to get to my next piece, which is going to be from my mother's side. We're going to have probably some corn dancers, Carrara marble, some of the best stuff that there is.
We saw yesterday they patterned the date for the auction, which is a wonderful piece. Maybe you can describe a little bit some of the other pieces that you have here.
Did you want me to talk about the deer dancer?
Please, yeah.
Excuse us. That very first year when I started dancing at Santa Clara Pueblo, after the corn dance, that winter I was a deer dancer, and I carried a magnificent set of antlers, elk antlers, big, heavy things. And I was 35 years old, and I was big and strong and healthy, and I could do it. I've gotten a little old to dance anymore. My son Lucas is now dancing using my antlers and my outfit, and I'm carving the pieces now out of stone and casting them in bronze. This piece is called the Deer Dancer. It's 18 inches tall, it's bronze, and you can see the character here. He's imitating a deer. We are no longer humans, we become the animals. Deer, buffalo, and elk, antelope, bighorn sheep, bobcats. And in honor and respect to the animals, we do this dance annually. A lot of symbolism in all my work. I try to use important symbols to the Santa Clara people. And I try to honor and respect the experience that I've had with those folks. My mother's people. Many, many relatives. Many, many close friends. It's one of the things that if I ever had a chance to do it over, if I was granted my youth again, I would be a deer dancer. Other than the birth of my two sons, this is probably the dancing deer dance was probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. It's heritage, ultimate heritage. It's you're saturated with the whole event from day to night to morning for a week straight with the intensity of the dance. And it's in the middle of the winter, but we don't feel any cold at all. We're dancing hard in honor of the animals, and it's a wonderful experience. Now, on the other side, we have my dad's people. And there's a piece back here that's a white marble piece that represents the crown dancers. So this is Colorado marble, and it's a crown dancer, and the crown dancers at White Mountain Apache Reservation, they bring strength and power and blessings and protection to various events, particularly the sunrise ceremony, the coming of age event for young ladies. They scare away the evil spirits. The event could be something personal, or it could be maybe the breaking ground of Indian Health Service Hospital on the reservation. It's a special figure to the Apache people, and I do a number of crown dancers, again in honor of my father's people.
Thank you very much. It really shows how art is a language.
It is.
Perhaps we can do some shows. We have a little bit more time in the studio and develop that as the cultural heritage of the language of art.
You're always welcome, my friend.
Thank you. We have a wonderful new media on this, and